This is the early dig in the first few hours up till 10 AM on the Tuesday. We've revealed what was apparently the distribution pipe. You can see very clearly down in areas like this where it was joined very poorly. That's actually full of sediment. There's some sort of flange over that that then distributes supposedly into very old normal runaway plumbing pipe, the old clay pipe that's going nowhere. You'll see there that this is actually metal braced, and that's a similar sort of flange covering with deep cement, but it goes nowhere. Coming along here further, you'll note that it comes out of that same pipe and actually goes nowhere. So the pipe actually goes to that end point there, and if you get down closely with that camera, Al, maybe you can see this is actually the corner foundation that I'm pointing to here with the light, and that's the foundation for the column that's holding the wall, and this other wall is leaning on it very slightly on top of a little bit of rock further back. So there's nothing there that that pipe distributes to. So the source of the problem is that there is no distribution pipe, apart from the fact that it backs up everywhere behind it because of poor gradient. So this is our first discovery on the mission, and we'll be working out what to do with this later. We'll probably have to cut this a bit wider on the concrete, run it to actually something that goes somewhere, maybe come out here another 100, 150, see what we actually work out what's possible and best for distribution under the wall, because as you see over here on the wall, that never went anywhere, and up about here is about ground level. So we want to be mindful of exactly how deep we go out there and what kind of soak facility we might put in outside the house that might be appropriate. So this is our first discovery, and we'll continue on. On the back, there's one more here that actually does it too. Permanent seepage. So what has been happening is this whole area has permanently been seeping into here. This actual slab that is now dry, probably the first time in I don't know how many years since they built it, but this is now dry because we have cut a channel in the back of it to allow the permanent seepage to get marginal fall and run away to where it's being distributed out properly. Not into clogged pipes, not into pipes that don't join, that are full of ag, but actually naturally flowing across the rock. So this is dry, we've proven fall, we've got initial fall, and we will work to shore this up to give it more gradient away from the wall and improve the size of the actual trench, and that will be the end of today. What's been happening, stay with it, is that this area has been filling up permanently off this seepage, and this concrete, this reinforced thick concrete 100mm up against this brick wall foundation wall, this has been impenetrable when the water has been soaking down here and flowing over onto it. There's been nowhere for it to go. It's lower than the distribution point, so it's been flowing back onto itself here. And when it got to this point here, you see there, Al? When it gets to this point here on top, half of this, about to there, this was as far as that slab went. The other part here was just very thinly covered brick fill. And that brick fill ended about here. So that this seepage would come down, it would land on top of the concrete, it would fill up, and then it would seep into the bricks and around the edge, because it wasn't a true surface, and it would seep underneath the bricks and form ponds. Those ponds were fairly permanent ponds, and those ponds would backfill from that area over there, because it would fill up to at least the edge before it flowed out to where the proposed distribution point was, at the other end that we've just cut through and proved we have flow. So instead of actually flowing out there, it backed up like a bathtub, and when the bathtub was full, it overflowed out to there. but on the way to overflow, it underfilled under here and backfilled water. With me now?
Yep.
Up here. Come with me, please. And backfilled water up to here, so that this water hasn't actually come from principal charge in the rock face, because we can see there's no permanent seepage here. Zero permanent seepage. What's happened is it's come from backfill off the bathtub. Before it fills up to the final discharge level, it has filled this level underneath the bricks, so that this has been permanently soaked the whole time. And then finally, when you get a decent flow of rain, finally a little bit more pressure here, so a little bit more push through the rock from here into the walls beyond it, and the other water flowing out over the top of the bathtub to the other end into crack pipe that also soaked and went nowhere. So that is my understanding of the engineering of what's going on here from a hydro perspective, and we will make sure we have flow from here today, and tomorrow we will attack this area and make sure that the flow actually continues from the very top point all the way. And it will be dry. There we go. And there she blows. There's some volume in the flow. You'll note behind me it is not flowing uphill. What a surprise. See behind me now? Yep, it's not flowing uphill. Isn't that amazing? Kind of volume, this is exactly what it's going to do. So follow it around the bend there, just to follow it along the line, all the way. Do yourself a favour, follow it all the way through the wall, lift up that first industrial grate, and watch it. Do we have flow? Yes? Yep. How are we looking all the way along? There's no flow up there. A bit higher. So we are flowing down. From before, it's running into that drain after having flow away. We're now going to walk around the back, see what's coming out so I can show them. Go. Okay, as you can see here, we've got circulation. The hose running from inside from our earlier videos. We've actually got that flushing out the line where it used to, well, you'll see from the video up the top where it actually goes in to the old line. We've washed out a little bit of garbage here that's already gone, and we're actually starting to get decent flow now. That's actually fully open off the mains, and that's showing good flow, clean flow through the pipe. So we should be able to rig up to that on a new line and a proper facility to take from under the house to come to here, given that we've now freed up all the blockages in the line, and we'll have a new line distributing it rather than the cracked and broken and fractured line. A little bit closer, we'll zoom in. Zoom in. As you can see, water quality is good.